Hi there, I'm Brandon, and today I'm going to be moving cattle and their troughs and cleaning them and all of that. Moving the chicken tractor and generally getting this place ready for me to go out of town. Starting this YouTube channel in the hopes that it may give some accountability and maybe also document this journey we're on here. We're half homesteading, half farming. We haven't really picked a lane. We're trying to make it a pseudo-commercial venture, but so far, it's mostly work, not a lot of money. Hello, Miss Cashew. You ready to move? Ollie. Peggy. These little calves that are in here, number 22 right there, 21 laying down. That's Myrtle, and Moose is back there hiding. 22's Ferdinand, the bull. Moolah, Luna. All these little calves are about 3 months old, and we're expecting one more calf from our late producer, that white cross down there. We have a mix of purebred Wagyu and then some random Angus and other things with our purebred Wagyu bull back there. Bruce is right there, and he got the name Bruce after the shark from the Pixar movie. He's supposed to be big and mean, but he's a big old teddy bear. You guys ready to move? All right, let's get some work done. This right here is my little mineral cart prototype. It takes 1 knee power to move, and it basically just raises it off. Uses a little bit of physics to make it easy to move 300-400 pounds of mineral from paddock to paddock. It's falling apart. I didn't expect to use it this long, and I'm in the process right now of remaking it out of steel so that it'll be more durable. So like everybody else, we're using a hot wire, a poly braid hot wire, to keep these guys on little paddocks. We were trying to do the Joel Salatin thing and move them 1 to 2 times a day, but it just became all we do. We know it's the best way, but for now, it just doesn't suit us. So right now we've got this lower pasture, which is probably between 12 and 15 acres, and we've got it split into 4 parts. We keep them on each part of it for 4 to 5 days, depending on how much forage is left on it, and that works pretty well. And then for the remainder, we turn them loose on the rest of our property, which is probably 45 to, well, it's got to be more than that, 55 acres. But it's really overgrown with trees and dead trees and things. And so for the past couple years, I've been working on clearing that. It looks like we got bombed through most of the property. Progress is slow. This soil, when we moved in, looked a lot like this. It was just really dead and terrible. There were patches that were green, but it just didn't look great. And in grazing the cattle on this, it has improved immensely. It's still not perfect, obviously, and probably won't be for years, but we have put no amendments into this soil other than just putting cattle on it, grazing what's there, and rolling out bales as we're able to when there isn't any grass. These little chickens here are our newest crop that just hatched a few months ago, and they've just been let out this week, and they're not quite sure what to make of the world yet. You guys ready to go? Let's do it then. I do not like that hot wire. Come on, guys. Go. Come on, Cash. There you go, Ollie. There you go, Cashew. You can see the fly pressure on her. We really try to do things organically here. We try to grass finish, and we don't try, we do. And trying not to put permethrin or any other chemicals on them. And I had found some stuff called Georgia juice, but in the government's infinite wisdom, they're requiring them to get licensed in every single state rather than just using the Georgia certification that went through the university. It's all organic, it's essential oils, it's crazy. So now I'm left to try and figure out what to do about this. We do fly traps, we do sticky paper, we do the best we can to keep them. Hey Peggy, you want some love? No. But for now, it's not too bad. And I don't know if it shows up on camera, but you can see on this side where they've been for the past 4 days, it's all eaten down pretty well. And over here where the hot wire is, it's just greener, and you can see the seed heads and everything on the grass. They still haven't eaten this all down. I'm trying to follow the eat a third, trample a third, leave a third. But we're probably overgrazing for that. It's tough to know. We've got these stupid weeds in here, these things that I guess are toxic to cattle, that I try to come through with the brush hog and knock down at about 6 inches, and slowly the grass is kind of squeezing them out. But for now, we're just doing the best we can do. Well, I forgot to film it, but you can see where the coop was, and you can see where the coop is, and you get the idea of what happened there. We don't normally run this ramp, but we just let those little chicks, there's one of them, these little like 12-week-old, 16-week-old chickens out with our big ones. And so they're figuring it out. I broke the bucket my wife had out for watering them. So I think I'm gonna take this Plisson waterer and that was inside there, that little brooder half, the front half, and hang it from the outside so that she doesn't have to run water down to them anymore. All right, I got this cool pressure reducer off of Amazon. It's for RVs, and it's adjustable, and I just wind it down to basically 0. It takes a garden hose down to 1/4 inch tubing, so I can just run it straight from the hose with whatever the well pressure is, and run it straight into this little Plisson waterer. It's pretty slick. Not entirely convinced any of this is compelling to watch, but like I said in the beginning, I'm hoping that this will just help document all the progress we're making, and also help me be a little more accountable to myself on actually getting jobs done. Joel Saladin says that there's a 6-year cycle for homesteading, that you have 2 years of honeymoon, 2 years of figuring out what it really takes, and then 2 years of, I don't know, getting out or whatever, freaking out and leaving the life. And I will definitely support that. We were definitely honeymooning with it for the first 2 years, and I was in a little bit of denial on how much work it can be. But overall, it's really a compelling life. You get to see what you did with your own hands. You get to be around animals and nature, and it just feels more like the way we're supposed to live. And at least for us, we enjoy it. It does come with trade-offs. You can't just freely travel. You kind of have to plan what season you're gonna travel if you're going to, and you got to have neighbors look in on the place, and you know, it's got its ups and downs, but overall, for us anyway, it's been good. And just like that, we have water. Get some of that grass out of there. And hopefully it turns off. And why my wife thinks that these new chickens won't be able to figure out the water, I don't know exactly. But like I said, we tend to baby our animals. So I can't be mad at her. I'm equally guilty. Especially these big ones that make no sense. They're not financially viable unless you have a large scale operation going, and it takes so much equipment and time and everything, land, to raise these big four-legged animals. I think it's Joel Salatin has the rule that the shorter the legs, the greater the profitability. And I think he's right, but these cattle are sure rewarding. There's nothing better than getting back from a run or a long day and just sitting in the pasture and listening to them chew. Hey, Peggy. How you doing? No? Not having it. All right, here's the other trough. Cattle aren't currently using this one. It's in a little, we call it the bullpen, but it's not really fit for any kind of bull. It's got crazy hot wire on it, but it's not strong. Neither here nor there. Here is the trough in there, and my wife likes me to keep it full for the chickens because apparently, again, they need help. So we're gonna get it clean. All right, so before going for a little lunch break, we'll check on the last of the chickens. This is who my wife and kids have named Mama Bird because she's always broody. And every one of the tricks we tried, dunking her in cold water, putting her in a little dog kennel, nothing worked. So we finally just let her sit on a clutch of eggs. We picked out a bunch that we like. She's mad I'm in here. And these are her little chicks. And they are maybe, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks old? 2 weeks old, probably. But she's got about a half a dozen of them in there. She's a pretty good mom. So we probably should have done this sooner. We need more chickens like we need a hole in the head, but they are pretty cute. tearing up the pasture here. We normally try not to use vehicles in the pasture, but I guess it is what it is. Well, we got that truck unloaded. My son's just bringing up the last 2 bales, but we're generally pretty disappointed in the size of these bales. They're supposed to be 4x5s, which should be, 850 to 1,000 pounds each, and they aren't. You can see the difference here. These bigger bales on the right are 4x5s from last year, and that one on the left those are the new ones. They just aren't there. They're decent quality hay. So we're gonna take this last one that he's gonna go get right now, and we're going to put it on the cattle scale and see what it weighs. Because if it weighs 850, we'll get that second truckload. But for now, I've told the guy to hold off on bringing the second truckload. These are some crappy string-tied bales from last year. We had a neighbor that was moving and needed to unload them, and hay prices have been all over for the last few years, and so we got a decent deal on them. But all in all, not the best hay. So those are gonna be the first ones we feed this year, followed by those true 4x5s, and then this stuff we got today. All right, so we obviously don't have a scale purpose-built for weighing hay. So I stopped the camera and dragged our cattle scale out of the chute we have. I stopped it mostly because I figured it would be allocated a few curse words, and I was correct to get it out of there. We got the cheap model of the Gallagher, but it works fine for us. So I'm going to grab that bale, bring it over here, and weigh it. All right. Apparently it's tight quarters in here. All right, let's see what we come up with. All right, well, apparently I'm not as good a judge as I thought I was, because I'm coming up with 827 on this bale. So they may actually be 850-pound bales when he baled them. So now I got a decision to make. We'll let you know which way we go. All right, today we got the cattle moved, which was a good thing because the delivery driver ended up needing to go into that pasture. Not ideal, tore up the grass a little bit between the skid and the semi, but such is life, I guess. Got the chickens moved in their tractor, got the troughs cleaned out, got the hay stacked over by the house. Let me see if I can get a view of it from here. Was hoping to be up to 90 bales today. We added 38 more, so I think we're at 70, whatever would that be, 60 some bales. But all in all, a decent day. I apologize for looking like LL Cool J over here, licking my lips. I'm a little sunburned. It's been a long day. Gonna go eat some dinner. Thanks so much to the tens of you that are likely to watch this. Have a good one.